Hey folks, thanks for joining me back on the Silvertone Companion 57D1704. One more dry fit here just to make certain that I'm good to go. Throwing the chassis back in the radio and just making sure the control stems align the way they should, as well as making sure the knobs fit back on. Here, applying some glue back to the existing cabinet that was left, and quickly cleaning up some of the mess with water before things dry. And you can see I've got everything clamped up here. We'll leave that in place for a couple hours and then remove the clamps, and then we'll let the glue itself cure for a minimum of 24 hours. For folks out there just getting started in woodworking or the hobby, regardless of the glue that you use, clean up everything real well when you're done. Next time that I use this, the applicator here will be nice and clean, and I'll get a nice bead of glue. It's real easy to get in a hurry and just kind of stow things away. And if you wait for a period of months, if you're not a regular user of the glue, you'll find yourself with a little mess on your hands. Much easier just to have a clean application the next time that you need it. I'm really surprised there were no finish nails in the cabinet that I could find. Everything was glued. And I think that's probably one of the reasons that it came apart. Of course, it is 80 plus years old, so most of us start coming apart at that age. Again, I'm just going back with glue, applying plenty of glue here with nice beads. And again, one indicator is just to make sure when you clamp and not over clamp, so you don't force all the glue out. But that's one thing really important here. But I'll get some glue on both sides, and that's a good indicator that I applied enough of the glue. So I think this thing will be just fine. Inside there's no glue blocks the way this particular cabinet's made. So with the top back on, the front on, and everything glued up, and then once I use some wood filler in some of these voids, and probably some epoxy on these corner pieces is what I'm going to use. This thing should be very solid. So I started rehashing the inlay, and Jim, if you're watching, thanks for your recommendation. The product that you found was almost a perfect match. But I always like to challenge myself, and Phil, great subscriber as well, over in England, thank you for your recommendation. I had already scanned a copy of the original inlay and printed that on the printer because that's exactly what I was thinking about doing. But I always like to challenge myself, do something different or odd. So here I decided just to tape out some veneer and use my black gloss lacquer and apply that over it, then just remove the tape, cut everything up. The only problem I had when I did this, my spacing is a little off, so it's not perfect, but I like the way it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and use these strips here that you see, and you can see I've got them cut up here. I'm just doing some light sanding, and took time this afternoon just to go ahead and apply those to the cabinet. So again, spacing's a little off. I don't have quite as many of the black dots, but you know, it's all fun and learning. No harm done. But I've got this placed back on the cabinet. And a few more close-ups here. The corner pieces are the matching picture frame 45-degree angle cuts. So a little touch-up that I'll use, again, my fill sticks or other methods and procedures. So I think with the inlay on, Larry, if you're watching, I know you've been asking me or kind of waiting to see what my veneer technique would be. So to get those 4 quadrants, I think with the inlay already on, this probably answers your question. Again, you can see I'm placing some wax paper over that. I've just got it taped down again with some painter's tape. I'm going to turn it upside down on the bench, place some weight on it, and just leave this overnight. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Thanks again for watching, folks. I appreciate it.